I, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, hereby command that you do not listen or subscribe to the Dragon Ball 4 Life podcast. Whatever you do, would you defy royalty? No! Bye!
And we back. What's up, lifers? We out of the hyperbolic time chamber with part 2 of our episode. 1 day turn into 1 week. 1 week turn into 1 year. But who cares? Because we're here. Bow.
But it's not gonna buy you happiness, and like it wasn't buying my happiness. Like my bills were paid, all that shit, but I wasn't happy. But when I got to do some producing things at Crunchyroll and at Funimation, like I started to recognize like I like creating something and watching it come to life. Like that was really enjoyable to me. To watch it be an idea, build it from the ground up, and then watching it be created. Like that was really cool. And I was like, wait, I get to write, I get to come up with ideas, I get to be really creative, and then it comes to life. And no one got to see me, but my name is still there. I still get credited for creating it.
And every episode.
And then every episode, right? And no one saw me. It's amazing. Like, and so I really liked it, that aspect of like getting to do 1 or 2 projects at Crunchyroll and Funimation to do those things. So I really love like them allowing me to like learn that aspect. Like I learned script writing, and I learned so many things I had no idea goes into creating a project like that. And so when I got to go to the other company that we're not really saying, when I got to do producing there.
Shout out to them. We just doing our own thing now. That's all.
Yeah, we're doing our thing. Like when I got to do producing there, like I really enjoyed that aspect too. Like, yes, I was writing there as well, but the more I got to produce, the more I really liked that. And I really like helping other people take their idea, like helping them build on their ideas and helping them create their ideas and helping them produce their ideas. And it's like, I got to naturally do something that's a characteristic of mine. Like I'm naturally a nurturer. I got to help other people to help nurture their ideas and help them create it. So when I got the opportunity to like, hey, we're doing like this Space Jam panel for the new, the one with LeBron James. And I was like, we need somebody. It's like, oh, I naturally thought of Matt, who I hadn't really talked to in a while because, life takes you in different places.
Life be life.
But like, life be life. But I've never forgotten him because like, again, don't cry. He was at my Sweet 16 and
what a time.
I remember he danced with my grandma several times. My grandma passed away in 2009, a month before my son was born. And that kindness that he extended to my grandma, like I never forgotten that. And so
she was a great dancer.
I've never forgotten. She had the time of her life. My grandma
she smelled wonderful.
She smelled the time of her life. And so like I've never forgotten him. And so, and the other thing is, and I feel like I have a natural talent for too. I feel like I have a natural talent for knowing when someone's gonna blow up. So like it's happened to me plenty of times. Like I remember the first time I saw Cardi B, I said, watch her become a superstar. And I look at her now. And this is before she got on Love and Hip Hop. I just remember seeing her thinking like, she's gonna be super fucking famous one day. And she became super fucking famous. But I remember thinking like, before, and it's weird that you say like you thought you were an ugly duckling like in high school, but I never saw you that way. Like I just remember thinking like Matt's gonna be famous one day, and like I'd never thought like I would maybe be part of the reason why that would happen, but like I always thought you had like star quality, and so it's just like he's gonna be fine.
Very much.
He's just gonna be famous, but like. I just remember thinking, like, Matt, I should just ask Matt if he wants to do it. And then I remember listening to the Ether podcast and just thinking, like, Matt and Travis have, like, really good chemistry with each other. Like, I don't know. And so when you guys, like, pitched, like, the podcast to me, I was like, I just want to be a part of it. I don't know what I should do to help be a part of it, but, like, I know I should be a part of it. And, don't flow without you, girl.
That's a fact.
But yeah, it was just like, and like deciding to give up what I thought was my dream, I found the thing that feels like the thing I was meant to do, which was essentially helping other people create their dreams. Helping other people achieve their dreams became the thing that felt like my dream or my destiny or the thing I'm supposed to do. So and it just feels like it feels right. And I never feel like whenever I'm like, doing the podcast or you guys are helping other people helping them with their ideas or creating things at, my current job, I never once feel like drained. I don't feel tired. I don't feel like I'm wasting my energy or I don't have a headache or anything like that. I just feel like, like I smile and I feel good and it rejuvenates me. And I'm just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it makes me feel good to help other people. And at the same time, like, it breathes life into me and it keeps like the creative juices in me going. And I'm constantly thinking of ways to like, okay, how can we expand? How can we make the idea better? Like, I'm constantly going. It's like, I never for once feel like I made the wrong decision. Like, it never feels like I made the wrong decision.
We love to hear that.
And, the world don't always work the way that it should. But every now and again, the right thing happens. And, all this positive energy and, helping everybody else achieve their goals that you've been pumping out into the universe has finally decided to give you one back. They decided to throw you a W. And, me and Trav and Mikey and Paul and Tay and everybody at the DB4L family, we will always privately and publicly give you your flowers and sing your praises and tell you how amazing you are
all the time.
But the world is finally about to learn how dope of a person you are. And we would love to talk to you about an amazing opportunity that you've been presented. You're going to finish rapping soon. You're getting a Netflix special.
Hopefully.
Now we're speaking.
It's happening. No, it's happening. It's happening. So the floor is yours. Tell us about how this opportunity came up. Tell us what's happening, what it is, when it's coming out, how we can watch it, how we can support. Tell us everything that you can.
Yeah. So I'm going to be in a documentary or docu-series. It's called My Game Changer.
It's a prior name. I don't think you ever told us the name before.
It's called My Game Changer. And no, it's really good. So my other passion, because I really am like a super fucking nerd, is video games.
Shout out to the Gamers.
Shout out to Gamer. Yeah, so I work for the Gamers. I'm a social media specialist there. I'm a producer. I'm also a music supervisor there, which is really cool because why don't I'm nerdy about everything. I should also be nerdy about music.
There you go. Anything for Salinas.
Some guy tried to use that line on me. I was like, bro, I'm not Mexican. Even though I know what he meant, I just had to cut him down real quick.
I appreciate you. Country.
But yeah, so it's called My Game Changer, and it's a docu-series about how video games impacted people's lives in positive ways. And the production company reached out to me and they sent me a DM, and usually I don't check my request DMs because I'm like, it's usually dick pics. I don't have time. It really is just all dick pics. One day I should just send you a screenshot.
People still do that shit?
Yes, they do. DP, all of the fucking time. One time I just wanted to be a vagina, like 7 years ago. Please. That's what I want.
Chicken or sea bass, baby. Chicken or sea bass.
I just want the sea bass.
Mike, when you make the title of this episode, I need in parentheses, chicken or sea bass.
But I checked it, and it was the production company, and it was like, hey, we read an article you wrote about, like, your experience with, like, video games. And I was like...
Comes full circle.
And I was like, oh, I wrote that a while ago. Like, I literally had forgotten I wrote that. And it was about my experience growing up about video games, where my mom worked a lot. She was the only parent that was working because my dad was a drug dealer, so he was like in and out of jail.
That's work. Double entendre. Don't ask me how.
That is work, but he was getting arrested for his work, so we didn't see him. And I remember my mom bought the PlayStation 1, And I remember being angry about it because she worked so hard to buy it, but I never saw her. You know, she worked so hard to buy. She bought it, and like, I would have rather had the time to see her than to have this PlayStation. Like, it pissed me off to have this thing. Like,
did we just trauma bond?
Yeah, like,
right.
And so instead of being happy about it, I just remember being angry. Like, I just wanted my mom. And so I wrote an article about like not essentially liking video games in the beginning. And but when I had my own son, I bonded with him through video games. So it was like this full kind of, again, another full circle moment.
Full circle.
And they wanted to talk to me about my that article and about my experience with video games and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Not even knowing about the docuseries in general. Like, they didn't talk to me about it until after talking to me about my article. And there's like, so we want to like talk to you about being a part of this thing. And I was like, yeah, sure, no. And then it was like, oh, so we're filming a docuseries. We really want you to be a part of it. Like, I was like, yeah, no problem. It's like, oh yeah. The only thing is like, you know, this docuseries is like taking part in Israel, and like, in order for you to be a part of it, you have to be approved by the Israeli government. And I was like,
shit.
Cool.
What's that process like?
Yeah, so it's like, so we have to film like your your initial pre-interview, kind of like what you guys do when you do your like your pre-interview calls. So we have to film it. We have to send it to the Israeli government. Look at you guys. And we have to send it to the Israeli government, and essentially they have to approve you, like who you are as a person, not just what you're saying. Approve who you are as a person. And I was like, holy shit! Like this. Mind you, I'm in this interview cursing. I'm talking about being queer. I'm talking about being a single parent. I'm talking about having a drug dealer as a parent. Like, I'm talking about all these things.
So
I'm talking
all
about
the shit that don't fly in Israel.
Pretty much. Like, I'm talking about premarital sex, all
You're
of the
like,
things,
are
right?
you guys sure this is going to get approved?
I'm like, oh my God.
They said, are we being pranked?
No.
I was asking Kutcher.
Right?
Right.
I'm thinking they're going to just say no, right? And they go, so I'm thinking, I'm waiting for like to see who I'm going to be in the docuseries. And the head of production goes, and the director goes like, and the director his name is Nevitt, and he has autism. Hey. And he's just like the coolest person. We're actually like really good friends now, which I feel like I'm really good at making friends because I'm like so lovely.
There you go.
And
Latinx Barbie.
They get on like a Zoom call with me, and there's like the Israeli government loved you, like you're shit. So well. They was like,
you're now the face of new Israel,
right? They were like, they thought you were so well spoken. They thought you were so lovely. They loved everything about you, and like you're approved to be in the docuseries, and like, we are so happy to have you. Like, we really want to make sure, like, you're on board. Like, we really, really, really want you to be in the docuseries. Like, tell us what you need to be in it. Like, we'll work our schedule around you. Like, whatever it takes, we want you in it. And I'm just like, really? Like, the Israeli government approved of me. Me. Just like, yes. And so I was like,
in 50 years from now, when Israel is this bustling mecca of inclusivity, this is the moment you being accepted into this docuseries will change the tide. Yali the liberator.
Oh my God. And so I was like, you don't have to do anything to like secure me. Like, I'll do it. Like, I'm down for it's such a cool project. I absolutely want to be involved. And so I essentially, and like, I'm in it as like talking my story, but also kind of like as they consider me almost like an expert of like video games and
because you are, you know,
it's like video games and nerddom and shit, which again to me is almost like an honor. Like I always just see myself as myself. Like I don't think of myself as like above anyone or anything. Like, I'm just me. Like, and that's just how I feel about it. But I essentially just share my story of like how I came into nerddom, how I came into video games, my relationship with my parents, and my relationship with my son through video games. And I tell the same story I tell everyone, like, you know, my relationship, you know, as a single parent, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. My parents were teenagers. I was a teenage parent. I didn't have like any real role models of like how do you raise a fucking kid? Like, I don't know. He's a potato. What do you do with a potato? Like,
Trial and error. Trial and error.
You know, like, what am I doing? And I tell the same story. Like, you know, my son was 3 years old. He saw me play Kingdom Hearts because I was replaying it. And then he was like, I want to play it too. And I was like, okay, I'll let you play it by yourself. The only thing I'm going to help you do is like the first part when you like, you ask the questions for everybody to determine the difficulty. I was like, I'm going to let you, I want to do Dawn, which is like the mid-level. I didn't want to do easy or hard. I'll let them do mid-level. And I said, everything else you do on your own. I said, if you beat it, I'll tattoo whatever you want. Like, whatever it is. He's like, seriously? I said, yeah, like whatever you want, I'll tattoo it. And then like it became our thing. Like anytime you beat a game, I'll tattoo whatever you want. That's like fire. The way to keep him motivated. And so he beat Kingdom Hearts all by himself, like all of it. But I didn't do anything. That's crazy.
I remember, you know, before you go off on your adventure where you have to like race Riku on the island. I fucking hated that damn race. Yo.
Oh my god!
It took me
he did that on the first.
It took me like 6 tries to beat him.
Oh my god!
I hated that.
He actually had no problem. I remember the one boss battle like that enraged him was the Ursula one when she got big.
Yeah.
And he had like maybe like a little bit left. And she just like swiped him and he just started crying. And he's like, and this poor little 3-year-old is just like in tears. I'm like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like, it's going to be fine. Like,
he hates the ocean because of that trauma.
You're right.
Yeah, he hates the whole Atlantica experience. Like he hates it. And I remember like
Ian's gonna grow up to be Moana's father because of that trauma.
Yeah, probably. He hates,
stay away from
Moana. He hates Atlantica. And like I remember he beat it, and he thought I was like joking. I was like, all right, what do you want to get tattooed? He was like, well, in the Maleficent battle, I used Tinkerbell to beat her because she kept refueling my magic. So it was easier to beat her. I was like, that's a really great strategy. I didn't even do that myself. Like, big smart. She refueled my life, so I didn't have to refuel my life. And my magic, like, it was, again, 3-year-old, super fucking smart. So he was like, so do Maleficent and use, like, Tinkerbell's Keyblade. I said, okay. And I was gone for a day. I came back, and I got, like, Maleficent as a lock, and then the Pixie Heart as the key.
That's fire.
He was like, you really did it. I was like, I wasn't joking. You thought I was joking? And that was our bond. Like, that's how we really started bonding. It was like playing video games together. And so like, that's the story I told in the docuseries. And then like, then we just been telling like other parts of my life and stuff. So my last filming is tomorrow. And then production, like that's my end of production. And then it should like hopefully like wrap up, and like all the bits and parts of like doing that whole thing should end this year, and then hopefully it should come out next year, and it'll be they're hoping to like have it be picked up by Netflix, and it'll come out on Israeli TV, so like all of Israel will see who I am, which is like
the liberator.
Which is like besides the point for someone who doesn't want to be seen, but it was like I feel like it's a good opportunity to like, again, like as a nurturer and as someone who wants to like help people by nature, if my story helps someone be who they need to be and gives them the hope to be who they want to be, like then I'm fine with doing that. Yeah. And like they also hoping to like present it at Cannes Film Festival. So like if I get to go to Paris and wear like a fancy dress and get like my Latinx Barbie vibe,
pull up on a boat,
be on a boat.
Just remember to hold your course. Remember to hold your course. You know, when the boat's on the water, just hold your course.
Then I'm fine with that too. So yeah. And of course, I'll like talk about DB4L and shit like that too. So I'm like really excited to just like, I'm like really excited to just, just like, again, like tell my story, but also help people at the same time. And yeah, I've never had people like want me that badly. They're like, we want you to like be in a thing. Cause it's like, okay. I'm in it.
Right, facts to Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in it. I promise you, I'm not going anywhere. Like, you don't have to like, you don't need to like do anything. I'll be in it, no problem. So it's been like 2 months of like filming, and I've never done like filming like that before. So it's just like, now I've learned something new and something I can apply later. So when we do our like official filming and branding thing, we'll apply all that shit.
There we go. Well, before we hit you with some rapid fire questions, before we get out of this bad boy, because we could obviously talk to you all day, and you know,
I know.
We don't even got to tell you the whole point about, oh, you're a forever guest. Like this is
Exactly. You're going to come
for us
on
just as much yours as it is ours. But I just wanted to make a quick note on something that you said that I think is so important. And me and Trav had the pleasure of doing kind of like a panel for like some young aspiring creatives back in the day when we were on the Ether podcast. And you had mentioned that you had got this opportunity through an article that you did years ago. And, you know, if there's any piece of advice, you know, me and Trav always gangbang on celebrities who just give out the, if I can do it, you can do it, but don't tell you what the fuck they did. It's like, well, what did you do? I'm asking you what you did.
Like, just do it. What is it?
What's the it? Right. So
yeah,
one of the its that me and Trav always put out is just put shit out. You know, content is king. Like, you got this opportunity through something that you did years ago. Like, you weren't throwing this out like, I hope one day an Israeli docuseries will pick this up. Like, yeah, right. Just put it out there. So, you know, we say all the time, you know, all it takes is one right person at the one right time, and you could change your stars for forever. So for all you young creatives out there, just put shit out. It don't matter if 2 people see it, 1 person see it. That 1 person that sees it could put you on the docuseries, and now Israel's liberated. Because of our article. Because of
Yali
Perez. Okay.
Oh my god.
But before we close this bad boy out, you know, we'll bring it back to anime. So we'll throw some rapid fire questions out at you. Favorite anime, old school and new school. So pre-2000 and post-2000.
Oh god, that's so hard. I would have to say my favorite old school anime is probably Outlaw Star.
Oh, I've rewatched that so
I know
many
it probably
times.
should be Escaflowne, and
go.
I'm sorry, Theo Booster, but it's Outlaw Star.
Is Escaflowne available on any streaming services?
It's
on Funimation, like before they shut down the Funimation app. I don't know if it moved.
It's on Funimation. It's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, they didn't shut down Funimation. They just moved a lot of shit off.
I need to rewatch it because I remember you used to watch it on Fox.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's on, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Yeah, but it's Outlaw Star, and like I remember, I was just obsessed with it. Like, I was also the nerd who could like sing Melfina's song.
Oh yeah, that should have you in your feels.
I was that nerd who could sing it. And then like new school, I know it's like uncool to say it, but like y'all gotta like, Demon Slayer is dope. Stop making it seem like if you like Demon Slayer. Apparently there's this thing, and it's unfortunately our generation that's saying like if you like Demon Slayer, you're not like a real anime fan.
It's definitely the new Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's like it is like a low hanging fruit. But I would combat that because Demon Slayer got popular. It didn't like come out the gate like, oh,
it wasn't
shit.
original. Yeah. Demon Slayer is unfortunately, like, Demon Slayer to me is, in my opinion, near perfect. There's like rarely a thing that I would change about it. And like Mugen Train was so good.
What an experience.
I watched it so many times, and like even when they made it a series, I still fucking watched it. Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is just the movie, but they made it like I still watched it. Like, Demon Slayer is so fucking good, and yes, Tanjiro is like the Ash Ketchum. He's just like so
that's
pure.
A great parallel. He's 1000% like Ash Ketchum.
He's so pure and optimistic and shit. but he's fucking dope and badass at the same time. Like, Ash would never think about killing anyone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Tanjiro is crying. And Tanjiro is crying and killing.
Yeah. They could have easily tried to like make him the demon slayer with a heart of gold. Like he doesn't take the kill shot, you know, like the Goku, but it's like no, he be hacking heads off.
Yeah, he be killing him. Like,
he be
Demon Slayer is honestly really that good. Like, I understand, like, I think like millennials are kind of mad that like we got beat up for liking anime and like now anime is cool, but like get over it. Like,
right.
Just let these kids be happy that these kids don't have to go through that shit. Like, why do we have to be mad that now the things that we used to fuck with are now cool? Just be happy that they can be fine. Like, be the elder statesman and be there for them and help them be cool. Like, I don't understand why we have to be so pissed off about it. Like, I don't be mad that my kid can now talk about that shit with his friends. Like, his friends think I'm cool. Like, they don't be mad.
Like, I'm like, why would you be mad that now you can like now go to like friends' houses and stuff like that, and everybody is just in for it, you know?
No, like why are we mad? Like, his friends literally think I'm like the coolest person on the earth. Like, swear to God, they'd be like, "Yo, your mom has like a Dragon Ball tattoo on her leg. Like, your mom is so fucking dope." I'm like, "Yes, thank you." You know what I mean? Like, I don't be mad. Like, I'd be like, "How dare you wear a Dragon Ball backpack to school?" Like, in my day, like, I don't get that way about it. Like,
yeah, like
yo, that's what's up, homie. Like, your backpack is fire. Like,
big facts. Remember 10th grade? So what was that? 2007. Yeah, 2006 or 7. Remember the superhero backpack wave? I loved that wave. When everybody was getting superhero backpacks.
everybody had one.
I had my Green Lantern.
Or like really kiddie shows, like Paw Patrol or some shit. It was lit. Yeah, that was an era. That was an era.
I love that time.
Look, man, our new tagline: DB4L, liberating nerd culture and Israel. That's our new tagline.
That's my soapbox to stand on. Like, millennials, like, leave the kids alone. Like, just let them like
the kids be kids.
Let them have their fun. Like, who cares? Let little Naruto Johnson go to school.
Naruto
Johnson. Leave it alone. Like, oh my God.
So you remember Donnell from Parkway? He was like the year under us.
Yes.
So shout outs to Donnell. I haven't talked to him in years, but great guy. He had a daughter, and he named her Kikyo. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he had a daughter.
I mean, choices, because, you know, Kikyo, but that's beautiful.
So it's not racist because his significant other is Asian.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying it was racist, because I was Team Kikyo. I was Team Kagome. But, you know... But Kikyo is a beautiful name.
No,
it's a beautiful name.
Dope. I thought that was really
in
cool.
The battle between Kagome and Kikyo, I was Team Kagome.
Yeah, that I want to say Inuyasha was like the original like toxic anime. Like,
oh, absolutely! Oh my God!
Like, man, that shit was rough. Like the emotional angst that show. You just go do Kagome like that, Inuyasha.
Oh my God!
You just gonna go pick your own work, pin you to a tree. That's what you gonna do.
The amount of times he would just like leave Kagome when Kikyo would show up, I'd be like, and Kagome would just be like waiting for him to come back, and I'd be like, bitch, no.
Yo, high key, I don't know what came first, chicken or the egg. Matter of fact, I do know what came first. Inuyasha was first. Twilight stole that whole storyline.
They absolutely fucking
the
did.
Same storyline. Yeah.
They absolutely fucking did.
It's 1,000. But Bella is trash and Kagome is not.
Yes.
Bella is a trash human being. That's my soapbox that I will die on. She's trash.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially in Eclipse. Throw her away. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, she's trash. Right. Before we turn it over to Trav for his final thoughts or any last questions, he had one final question. If you want to take a second to think about it, that's fine. Most impactful anime moment for you?
Impactful. I know most traumatizing.
Look, that counts.
Most traumatizing is definitely that Nina shit. Like when
yeah,
the both times she talked to
Friends of the
Yeah,
pod.
that
to,
one's gonna
like,
stick with people.
when you talk to Prina and you talk to Chuck, I was like, when they talked about it, I was like, I'm glad I got to hear how that happened because, like, I need to know how that affected them as people because I know how it affected me. Besides that, I think the most impactful, oh god, I would have to say it's the Itachi Sasuke fight.
I love that fight.
Like,
Yeah,
I know a lot of
that
people
was
would
good.
probably pick like the Dragon Ball. I know people probably pick a Dragon Ball Z moment, but like, and I'm almost wanted to say like the Gohan Cell fight, but I think the Sasuke Itachi fight, because it was so built up that like Itachi was the bad guy. Like Itachi ruined Sasuke's life. Itachi's this evil fucking person. He created the Akatsuki. Like he's just the evilest of evil. Like
when in fact he's just an older brother.
He's just an older brother who
At
tried
his
to do
core,
the right
he's just
thing.
an older brother.
He's an older brother who tried to do the right thing in a totally fucked up situation where he was like, there was nothing he could really do. And when you see that fight and you've learned the backstory, it's like the most heartbreaking thing you could have ever seen, and like the most dopest fight you could have ever seen in your entire life. Like Itachi is like badass, like he's so fucking skilled, and it's just like that fight is just like crazy intense. Like even the way they use color in that, to the point where they like subtract color and then it's only like black, white, and red, and then it's like tones of blue. Like there's so many aspects technically that make that fight intense, but then like the emotion behind it, like it's one of like my favorite fights of all time. Like I know a lot of people feel like how they feel about Boruto, but like I think like if you wouldn't have Sasuke. Like the Sasuke in Boruto is so much better. Like his arc is really deep. Like it almost equates to like how Vegeta is. Like he's such a better person now in Boruto. Like I'm happy that he's a happy person. Like why he not allowed to be happy?
Why can't this man grow?
Yeah. And
Like why people can't be happy? Shit, damn. Like he just all that his brothers, like he's finally at peace with what his brother did. Like he's a father. He in love. Like y'all want him to still be this badass man. Like he's tired. Like
and I know he like at the end of it he does, you know, come back to the side of the light, you know, but as I can't remember a show ever taking a main character and like turning them into like the main villain to that extent. Like
yo, and he was
like there's always like a arc where they have like some conflicting moral compass moments, but then it's like ultimately it's like no, like there was a while where it's like he was like the scum of the earth. They go fuck Sasuke, yo, sell out ass.
He's a war criminal.
Yeah.
He's a war fucking the same way Orochimaru was a war criminal. Sasuke was the exact same thing. A fucking war criminal, like murder, like straight mass, almost mass genocide to a point. Like. Why is it, what? So now he's a father who's kind and sweet, and like, why you still want him to be out here killing people and shit? Like, he's done. Like,
you know what that like reminded me of?
end.
Super duper call. Y'all remember Shaolin Showdown? Y'all remember they used to come in?
Yes.
Remember when Raimundo turned bad and started like wearing the hoodie?
Yes!
That shit broke my heart. Bro. I was like, not Raimundo.
Because Omni was brokenhearted. Omni was brokenhearted.
Facts.
It hurt my heart for Omni. I was like, oh my god, his best friend is like evil now.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. That shit hurt me when he put the hood up and started. I was like, no, why are you bad now?
I love how like that's a trope now. Like the hood goes up and
now you're evil. Or you just start wearing black all of a sudden. Like, color's not fun for you anymore.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
We could literally sit here and talk to you all day, Yali. We probably would if we didn't have somewhere to be soon. But
I know you guys got shit to do.
We got shit to do. But before we close it out, you know, Trav, I always like to throw it to you. Any final thoughts, final questions, any final inquiries?
You know, my final thoughts are just y'all keep being you, and you know, it's spreading the good word about, you know, expressing yourself, being yourself, staying true to your own skin, and also, you know, continuing to be the amazing woman that you are. So we want you to continue to stay strong, stay genuine, and also, you know, don't buy any more chicken. So
Stick
No
to the
more
sea
chicken.
bass.
No
Stick
more
to the sea bass.
I really am. Like, literally,
No poultry.
When in doubt, select the trout.
Listen,
That's your life mantra now.
that should be the name of this episode.
Yo, facts,
That-
Mikey. That's the one. Yeah.
and you always said stop sending me
No,
pee.
but
She means
seriously,
poultry.
like,
Stop sending me pee.
I really could not. I could not be like more prouder of like the two of you. Like, I literally could not like get the guests that we get on the show if it wasn't for the fact like y'all don't kill it every single time. Like, people literally listen to the episode and go like, "Are you? Please promise me I'll have the exact same experience you gave so and so." Like, I can promise you that and better because it's going to be tailored to you. Like, you're going to have a great time. Like, if y'all don't kill it every time, we couldn't have anybody who would like show up. So like, because I know like you do your job, it makes it easier for me to do my job. And like, I'm proud of like how far we came. Like, most podcasts don't even make it to year two.
What a freshman year we had.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like, most people don't even have a freshman
We didn't
year
even
and
get
then
the freshman
sophomore
15.
year to,
Actually,
like,
we didn't get the freshman
it's
15.
crazy. Like, it's crazy, and like, it's like really like I've never doubted that we would do good, but like any expectations were like blown out of the water. So like, it's just crazy. Like, I think our main benefit are like our big highlights. Like, everyone stays true to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Matt's always Matt, Travis is always Travis, like Mikey's always Mikey, you know, I'm always me, like, and then we got Tay, and now we got Paul, and like I can always tell you, like, I know, well, Tay's my brother, so Tay's always Tay no matter the fuck what, and like I can tell Paul's always gonna be Paul no matter what. So like
Paul, the bull.
we always stay genuine to ourselves, and we don't try to be another podcast, or we don't try to emulate someone else's like style. Like, we're just ourselves, and people like appreciate that about us. And like, I think that's like the main takeaway is like, just be yourself and people will appreciate that. Like, that's your success. If you try to emulate someone else's style or swag or whatever makes them popular, like, you're not gonna make it because you can't sustain that. There's no way you can sustain someone else's style and think you're gonna make it. Like, there's no way.
That's right.
Just keep being you, and I promise you, someone will pay you to be you. Like, never in a million years I thought someone would be like, yo, like, your knowledge of so and so, like, I don't, like, unfortunately, like, that deal didn't go through. But the fact that someone came to me is like, yo, you know so much about Gundam, like, we need a Gundam expert, like, and we'll pay you to be our Gundam expert. Like, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, man.
there's so many people out there who know about Gundam, but you came to me because I know about Gundam. Like, that's an insane
honor.
thing to do. Like, if you're the best or you're the most knowledgeable about like My Hero Academia, keep doing that. Don't stop being the most knowledgeable. Keep reading about that shit. Keep learning about it. Play the video games. Read the manga. Do what you gotta do. Don't stop doing that because you're worried that like that's corny or whatever. No, keep doing that because someone will find you and they'll come to you because that's your thing. Like, you guys don't pretend to be the most knowledgeable at Dragon Ball Z or the most knowledgeable of like you said, chapter 4 on page 12. I mean, of course you do, because I know you do, but that's not how you come on. That's not your approach. You know what I mean? That's not your approach. But, you know, like, but because you are how you are, that's what people like. So just keep doing what you do, and people will appreciate that shit. Like, so I'm really proud of you guys, and I always say that. Like, I say it publicly, I say it privately, like individually. Like, I will continue to like sing your praises forever and always, because like, if not for you guys, like, I wouldn't have my continued happiness and like my continued creative juices flowing. Like, not to put any pressure on you guys.
Oh, no. It's funny that you. It's funny that you say that, because I can say to you wholeheartedly, and I will speak for both me and my good brother Trav. Like, a lot. I'll probably say a strong 70% of the reason why we try to, you know, put our best foot forward is to not make you look bad.
Right.
Guys, honest, like, we know that to get a lot of the names that we got, it's off your recommendation. So we're like, yo, we
gotta live up to it.
We was like, we know that you are, whether you want to admit it or not, you are very well known in this nerd culture, and your name does carry a lot of weight with a lot of these people. So it's like, we know that you're putting your reputation out there, for us. So it's like, when we get these, name dropping Chris Sabat's and the Jason Douglases and the Amanda C. Lillards, just to name a few, all in our first year, it's like, we know, like, all right, look, these people are tied to a lot of people who are closely monitoring and watching what Yali does, especially since your break from Crunchyroll. And we're like, we're gonna make sure that we show the fuck out for her, like, if anything. Like,
and you guys, like I said, y'all kill it every fucking time, like. Every fucking time. Like, everybody's like, yo, we just listened to the episode. That shit was so fucking funny and, like, such a good time. Like, I want that. I'm like, trust me, you're gonna get it. I promise you're gonna get it. Like, to the point where I'm worried, like, are they gonna have too much fun? Like, that's just crazy. Like, that's my problem. And it's just such a good problem to have. Like, are they gonna have too much fun on the fucking podcast? Like, like,
well, Miss Ma'am, we are in awe of you. We treasure you. We value you. We appreciate you and everything that you do for us, and all the positivity and love and light that you put out into the world, so that our fan base, who knows your name very well because we scream it at the end of every episode, let them know how they can follow you, where they can find you, how they can support what you got going on.
You guys can, of course, always support DB4L by following us on our Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter. We'll soon have a Facebook, and we got a YouTube, and you can listen to us on all of those digital streaming platforms. All of them. If you want to support me, you can follow the Gamers on all of their social media platforms, and you can also, if you want to follow me specifically, I'll let you follow me, but don't send me a dick pic. Only vaginas.
No chicken, just bass.
No. And also, just
don't
like,
ask me how.
And I'm just like not on a chicken thing right now for other reasons. My Instagram is beautifully_Yali, which is spelled YALI. I know I have a Chinese name. Ask my dad about it. It's not my fucking fault. I'm not appropriating anyone's culture. My dad was in love with a Chinese woman. He gave me a Chinese name. It's really not my fucking fault.
So many layers.
My mom thought it was a pretty name. She accepted it. It is what it is. Yeah, and I think that's it. I'm not doing any more writing. I'm just doing producing, which makes me the most happiest. And if you want, you like, support Crunchyroll. I have no bad blood for them at all. They really gave me so much like of my love and support, and they gave me a lot of my break, and so I have no bad blood there. Shout out to Nicholas if you're listening. I love you, Nick.
Shout out to Nick.
And shout out to Riot Nerd. They got a lot of shit going on. Make sure you support Riot Nerd for sure.
Yes,
shout out to Super Game Day.
Shout out to Super Game Day.
We definitely got some news with them coming up soon.
We got some shit cooking.
We definitely, for sure. So excited about that. And yeah, just, like I said, I'm still single, so that's the thing.
We'll drop her contact info and what she's looking for in the description of the video.
Even though people like to make it seem like I'm not single, and they out here, whatever, but I'm single. And also shout out to fucking Rodney.
Hey, shout out to Rod. Friend of the pod. Friend of the pod. Well, lifers. Yeah. We call you guys the lifers because you quite literally put the life into Dragon Ball for life. So to stay up to date on all things DB4L and all things Yali All Cat, please just click the all-powerful link tree of might below. And like we always say here on Dragon Ball for Life, whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So open up your nerd eye and we will see you next time on Dragon Ball for Life. Don Ray. Shout out to super producer Mikey.
We love you, Mikey. And shout out to you, Yali.
All caps. Motherfucking caps.
To me.
Wow.
What's up, nerds? This is Josh Bengal, voice of Violence Fiend, Lizard Priest, Agil, Hoyan Leave, Fire Force, all sorts of them. You're listening to DB4 Life and shit. What else was I supposed to say? Is that it?